Hey there, I'm DumbHuman and I draw things. Hopefully things that you might want to put into your Foundry games. We're going to take a look at what one of my token packs here looks like inside of Foundry. This is Duergar at Large Volume 1. You can also pronounce that Duergar, but I prefer Duergar because you can make fun rhymes like, where are the Duergar? That's a good question. You can find these particular Duergar on the Forge's Bazaar marketplace, which, as this helpful article on their site points out, is a store for Foundry VTT, not just the Forge. So if you were to go to the Bazaar and search for DumbHumanDrawn, you'll see a list of all my token packs that I currently have up there, as well as anything else I've added since this video. And if you click on one of those, you'll see some preview text and images and various other things. But important to note is the little green box that says this content is available for download as a zip file for use outside of the Forge. So that means you can download the files, put them wherever it is that you host your Foundry instance, and have them in your game. And then it's going to look a little something like this. Well, if you put them all out over the map, it will. So let's see what you're getting. You're getting your basic male Duergar model with male pattern baldness and the curly beard and the scale mail armor and the javelins and the shield and the war pick. You also got one that's completely bald for a cleaner look, and a wild, messy hair with a longer beard if that suits your taste. You've also got a basic female model, which is completely bald with no beard, which really separates the Duergar from the surface dwarves. So I didn't want to put in a bunch of recolors that were going to be used for surface dwarves, but at some point I'm sure I'm going to visit them and make their hammers and weapons and everything a bit more flashy, as the dwarves like to decorate, but the Duergar, they're a little more sullen. Uh, we also got a specific king and queen from a module, but I don't want to say too much to, you know, reveal any spoilers. And as you can see, the king also comes without a hammer. And if you're using a module like token variant art, you can very quickly switch between the model that has the hammer and the model that doesn't have the hammer, or between colors and things like that. If you're using token magic FX as a module, you can also use this little sparkly dress macro that I wrote that I'll include in the description if you want to give this a little bit more attention getting effects, or you can turn it off. What else do we have? Well, we've got a whole line of Stone Guardian defenders with their shield and their short sword and their javelins and their beards, and they've got helmets, and they've got uh, female models with helmets and with mohawks, as is, I believe, the official artwork. And behind them, we've got uh, X-Lancers, I'm calling them here, just to avoid any real trademark violations, but you can rename them to whatever you want in your game. And these Lancers are used with the scale set to 3 in order to fit them within a 1 by 1 grid. So dimensions, width 1, height 1, but the scale is set to 3. And that basically allows the artwork to take up 3 by 3 grid units, while the bounding box only takes up 1, which is really nice because now you can just rotate it where you want. It stays in its spot, and that's something that Foundry can do natively that is really, really nice without any modules. And as I zoom over here, you see that you've also got some different hairstyles, some baldness. Back here, we've got a alchemist, Duergar alchemist, who are got their goggles and their alchemical fire and their acid flasks that they're providing to the Lancers. You might find them in a particular module as well. And then over this way, you see we got some big spiders that are being used as steeds with saddles. And these are the cavalry units that go on them. And you've got them with crossbows on the back, war pick at the ready, or crossbow in the hands and war pick up at the belt. You got a couple different models, male and female. And if you want them to ride on top of these, I recommend the token attacher module, which you got something targeted, this selected, and do a little mount up macro. You now have a spider that will rotate the rider and move the rider as it goes off in some sort of military parade in front of the king. And then he says, "Yeah, that's good. I won't hurt you with my hammer," which, is nice. And we also have on this side the male spiders, which are significantly smaller than the females and only used as pack animals. So you got some stuff in the packs. And then here, defending those, a whole bunch of what I'm calling soul betrayers, but they got psychic blades. I'm sure you can figure them out. I like to use pink as a psychic color. I did that on my kobolds, so I did that for these here, but I know the artwork in the book shows blue, so some people might prefer that. So you got that, a couple different leather armor variations. Beards, no beards. You've also got full-on masks without any actual weapons too. And I like that the masks kind of, because these are guys that are going to turn invisible and hide a lot. I like that the mask kind of matches with the default Foundry mask. Accidental, but beautiful little thing. We've also got some zombies, birds, in various stages of decomposition, just in case maybe your Duergar should, I don't know, lose a boot and become a zombie. And we've also got a special kind of zombie, spore zombies, which could be made by various creatures and are a little more dangerous because they can continue to hold on to weapons. But I believe that covers it. Oh, I'm also using a module called Zoom Pan Options, which allows me to zoom by using the middle mouse button, which is very nice because I can just zoom in here and show you the detail that you get on these things and still actually pan around. Because in default Foundry, I would just keep bringing up these context menus. That's not fun. So if you like them, head on over to the Forge and you can get these as nice little web peas to have in your game. And if you don't like them, then I'm surprised that you watched all this way. And, thanks for your time. Take care.